afternoon, I'm Asad Ahmed. For a special mental health programme, BBC London has been given access to hospital staff, including surgeons, who've been volunteering to bring families closer to loved ones in intensive care, some of whom don't have long to live. The medics use Zoom and other apps to make it happen, as our correspondent Catherine Carpenter can tell us.
An intensive care consultant and a surgeon making their way to critical care. They're not on clinical shifts, but volunteering at University College Hospital's Family Liaison Unit, set up when the first wave of the pandemic hit.
Phones were ringing off the hook with lots of stressed and anxious family members. It made us feel so terrible, and our colleagues so terrible, that we wanted to do something, and we wanted to do it quickly.
The response was to mobilise dentists, admin staff and surgeons with cancelled lists to act as a bridge between patients and their families.
You looking forward to it? Oh, yes.
Today's visit is to Christine, a grandma in her 70s who's been readmitted with post-COVID complications and hasn't seen her daughter or grandchildren for weeks.
You tell me if you can't see and I can do. There's a fender. It's Nanny. Look, Nanny. Oh no. Yeah, not too bad, you know. Get a bit tired. But the breathing's getting a lot better. They're quite pleased with me. It's so nice to see Natalie.
Yeah, it's lovely to see you, Mum.
Yeah. The level of emotional distress that we're seeing in our families, is beyond comprehensible. Actually, to not be able to physically be present or see your loved one when they're fighting for their life on intensive care has created so much anxiety, psychological problems for the family members.
The team spots the families struggling most and arranges psychological support, but they're worried what will happen as the crisis eases. Volunteers are already returning to their usual roles, so they need funding to carry on and to facilitate more in-person visits.
I've spent a year watching people die and watching their family members watch them die. It is very hard, but I know that we've made it better, and so in my mind, that actually makes me be able to cope with it okay.
I miss you, Mum. We want you better at home.
Yeah, I'll be home soon. Take care of Natalie and the kids.
Bye, lovely to see you. We'll see you soon.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Love you.
Oh my gosh, that baby!
Oh, that's my mate, my day.
Oh, darling.
Catherine Carpenter, BBC London.
Well, the Intensive Care Society has called for support to be given to those volunteers, but as lockdown measures begin to slowly ease, families are also reflecting on the stresses of a difficult 12 months, particularly for those experiencing grief. Megan Owen has more.
Meet the Schofields, 3 generations of them. Morgan and Samira have been together for 13 years. They've gone through a lot in this time, but nothing quite like this.
At the beginning of the year, we lost a baby boy in January, and then a few days later, I also lost my dad. We had to then go straight into a lockdown, so it's definitely been the hardest year of my life.
Grieving in the pandemic, the bad side of it is you don't have any kind of escape at all.
Lockdown has made a painful time even worse.
That in me being vulnerable, it's then made other people feel comfortable to be vulnerable with me.
But Samira has found comfort in talking about her mental health on social media.
There are a lot of people who may be going through what you're going through, who don't necessarily have an outlet, and just hearing from other people can help them to relate.
Whilst dealing with grief, the couple have had to make family life as normal as possible.
What I miss about school is seeing all my friends. I felt sad because I can't see our friends and family.
Morgan's dad Paul faced different challenges. The family have now bubbled, but living alone during the pandemic has been isolating for him.
I had to sort of ring my doctor and say, listen, I'm not feeling right. It's something that's not usual to me. So one of the most challenging things is not being able to see my grandchildren. So I think that's been like a major effect on my sort of mental health, as it were.
When I couldn't see my granddad, I felt really upset because I really like spending time with my family.
Are you very close to your granddad?
Like, 20 minutes away.
It's been a very difficult year, but as restrictions start to lift, the family are hopeful for the future and will no doubt approach it with the same strength and courage that they've shown in recent times.
I've learned definitely how important family and friends really are.
When things open up, I'm going to be having fun. I'm going to go to the park and jog.
I think it's really made people be more intentional with staying connected to those you love and care about.
Megan Owen, BBC London.
And just to let you know, Dame Esther Ranson will be speaking about some of the issues around mental health during COVID on our programme tonight at 6:30. But one reason some people give for the detrimental impact of COVID upon the mental health is not being able to do activities outdoors. Some measures regarding that have now started to change, as Tim Moffat can tell us.
A number of lockdown restrictions easing today in England here at Hillingdon Lido. One of those, as you can see, is the allowance of outdoor sports. So if you're feeling brave, an outdoor swim is now permitted. And here to talk about that is Duncan Goodhue, Olympic gold medalist. Duncan, what a fabulous sight this is. So many depressing stories over the last year. This is a real positive one, isn't it?
Oh, this is brilliant. To be able to get back in the water. I mean, for so many people who aren't very good on land, knees, backs, everything like that. Swimming is the only real form of exercise they can do, and to be able to get back in there is really great.
What impact do you think not being able to swim for many months has had?
Well, it's going to be massive on a lot of people. I know I lost a lot of muscle weight in that I was working out quite hard on land, so for those who can't work out on land, I think the other element is learn to swim. Of course, children haven't been able to learn to swim, and we've got a generation of kids that we need to get back in the water and teach them this vital skill.
Well, Duncan, I know you're itching to get back into the water, so
it's time.
Yes, go for it.
Oh, there we go.
And for many people, I mean, it's a chilly day today, but people are not letting that stop them at all, are they?
No, they're not. And there are quite a few Lidos around London that are heated, so it's worth hunting those out. And for the tougher ones of you, there are some chilly places to swim, like the Docklands, etc., and the odd beautiful Lido like this in Hillingdon.
Okay, social distancing is in place in this Lido. You do have to book in advance, but it's certainly not stopping people, and it's certainly not stopping Olympic gold medalist Duncan Goodhue.
Tim Moffat there. Now the weather with Jennifer.
Hello there, good afternoon. Things are going to be warming up across the capital over the next couple of days. We've already seen some spells of sunshine this morning. That sunshine will be lasting through the afternoon, but it was a fairly cloudy start. Now through the rest of today, we do have a bit of a breeze blowing from the southwest. That's going to continue for a time, but the temperatures in the sunshine will be reaching a high today of around 19 Celsius. Normally at this time of year, we'd expect them to be at around 14 degrees. Now through this evening and overnight, it is actually going to be quite a chilly night. Under clear skies, the temperatures will be falling back into low single figures, and there will be some sheltered spots that see a touch of frost. Now the wind will be dying down as well, so it will be quite a chilly start first thing on Tuesday morning, but tomorrow is when we're going to be seeing those temperatures really starting to soar. Plenty of sunshine throughout the day, not much in the way of a breeze, and those temperatures will reach a high through the afternoon of 22 degrees Celsius, that's 72 in Fahrenheit. There may even be one or two spots that get a little bit higher than that. Now this warm weather is going to be continuing as we head into Wednesday, but by the time we get to Thursday we have a cold front moving through, and that's going to introduce some slightly cooler air by the time we get to the end of the week, so turning much cooler towards the weekend but warm over the next couple of days.
Don't forget, we're examining the impact of COVID upon mental health at 6:30 tonight. That's with Riz on BBC One. Bye for now.